Hello everyone and welcome to class of storage types when planning a storage solution. So when we are planning a storage solution, a factor to consider is the time required to access the data. So caches like memory store offer the fastest access time, but they are limited to the amount of the memory available. So caches are volatile. When the server shuts down, the contents are lost. Persistent disk is used for block storage devices such as the disk which are attached to the virtual machine. Google Cloud Platform offers SSD and HDD drives. Object storage is used for storing large volumes of data for extended periods of time. The object storage data model treats files as atomic objects. You cannot use object storage commands to read blocks of data or override parts of an object. If you need to update an object, you must copy it to the server, make the change, and then copy the updated version back to the object storage system. So object storage is used when you need large volumes of data and do not need fine-grained access to data within object while it is in object stored. So we have relational. In relational, we have Cloud SQL. In relational, we have Cloud SQL, Spanner, and BigQuery. So relational databases, let's open the SQL. Relational databases have been the primary data store for enterprises for decades. Relational databases support frequent queries and updates to data. They are used when it is important for user to have consistent view of data. For example, if two users are reading data from a relational table at the same time, they will see the same data. This is not always the case with the databases. They may have some inconsistencies between replicas of data like NoSQL databases. Relational databases like Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner, they support database transactions. So what is a transaction? A transaction is a set of operations that is guaranteed to succeed or fail in its entirety. There is no chance that some operations are executed and some are not. That is a transaction. Cloud SQL and Cloud Spanner are used when data is structured and modeled for relational databases. Cloud SQL is a managed database service that provides MySQL and PostgreSQL databases that are under Cloud SQL. Cloud SQL is used for databases that do not need to scale horizontally, that is by adding additional servers to the cluster. Cloud SQL databases scale vertically, that is by running on the servers with more memory and more CPU. Where Cloud Spanner is used. Cloud Spanner is used when they have extremely large volume of relational database or database that need to be globally distributed, and while ensuring consistency and transaction integrity across all servers. Large enterprises often use Cloud Spanner for applications like for global supply chains or financial services application, while this Cloud SQL is often used for web applications, business intelligence, and e-commerce applications. BigQuery is a service which is designed for data warehouse and analytic applications. BigQuery is designed to store petabytes of data. It works with large number of rows and columns of data, and it is not suitable for transaction-oriented applications like e-commerce or support for interactive web applications. So this is a SQL. Now we have MySQL version 5.6 and 5.7 over here and PostgreSQL. Let's start with MySQL. So I'm choosing MySQL. When you are configuring Cloud SQL, you create a Cloud SQL instance. So they have two options, PostgreSQL and SQL. So here instance ID you want to create. Root password you have to define here, or you can do with the no password. Without this it can connect to anyone. This is for security purpose. Where is the location you want to save it? US Center 1 zone any, and what is the database version? SQL has two generations, first generation and second generation. So we require to choose the second generation because it has greater capacity, high availability, and support for MySQL 5.7. We have 5.6 and 5.7. And then we can see the advanced configuration option, which is IP connectivity. We can configure machine type and storage. We can enable auto backups and high availability. Database flags we can add, maintenance and add levels, and after that you can create this database. Now the instances is being created. Cloud SQL instance. This is second generation. When you have it is being created, when you have multiple instances, you can filter this with instance ID, public IP, private, name, location, labels, type, etc. You can create instance from here also in SQL. You can migrate data. This is how you can create. You can edit, you can create it and create a clone and connect to a virtual machine. Thank you.